Hi folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the third installment of Andrew's quick 5-minute book reviews. If you're familiar with the channel, you'll be aware that we are ranking the tracks of our first ever greatest hits album, something that we said we'd never do on the channel. But obviously this person here deserves that rule to be broken. And it's in honor of his birthday. So I've picked this book here to talk about with you. It's called Paul McCartney, Many Years From Now, by a guy called Barry Miles. A very good writer. He's written a few books already on the Beatles. This is an old book. It came out 96, 97. Caused a bit of controversy when it came out because some people deemed it revisionist. That it was Paul McCartney offering his own perspective on a lot of things that happened in the Beatles. This book is Paul McCartney, the Beatle. It's not about anything that happened with Paul McCartney after the Beatles. And that's fine. That's okay. But what's really, really interesting about this book is if you're interested in the Beatles' songwriting processes, and bear in mind only two people were there when the Beatles wrote songs, Paul McCartney and John Lennon. So we have John Lennon's accounts, but we have to take Paul McCartney at his word on a lot of the commentary and comments on the various songs. And you can do your own research and agree with what he says regarding some of the songs. I can't remember off the top of my head the controversies on the songs, but they're there. But my point is, if you're interested in how the Beatles wrote, how Paul McCartney wrote the songs, that whole songwriting process with the Beatles, you can't beat this book. This is the book that's going to tell you how they did it, what led up to the songs. It's fascinating. It's written by a guy who's clearly sympathetic to the Beatles. He understands music, which is even more important. And when we get further and further along the series, we'll highlight some books where some authors just get the basic music principles of some of these bands completely wrong. Barry doesn't. I don't know if this is available in the electronic edition. I only read this book approximately 10 years ago. A good friend of mine recommended it. I managed to pick up a second-hand copy. I've read it 3 or 4 times. If you're a Beatles fan, got to read it. If you're a Paul McCartney fan, got to read it. If you want to understand the songwriting process and how it works, this will be invaluable. See you guys in 5 days' time when we're ranking the tracks, Wings Greatests. See you later.